I'm Ice Cube, and I'm here to meet with you regarding the contract with Black America. Contract with Black America? Why would I even need to honor a contract with Black America when I already got the votes? Why do I even need to even care about you and your stupid contract with Black America? This whole meeting I'm making is to set up a big gag where I get the last laugh by showing all of you black folks that I have absolutely no respect for you. I mean, if I already told these civil rights leaders they weren't going to get anything, what do you think you're going to get with your contract with Black America except a foot square did you in? Now get on out of here, you Negro!
Coming to paperback and e-readers in 2021, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks on a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business in 2021 at online booksellers everywhere.
Rapper Ice Cube is meeting with President Joe Biden in an effort to discuss his contract with Black America. And when I take a critical examination of this supposed meeting, I see it as the setup for a very cruel joke. Now, the reason why I see it as a setup for a very cruel joke is because, as a guy who had been bullied in junior high school and high school, I've seen this scenario many times in my life, and I know how certain people will try to get your hopes up in an effort to wind up dashing them because they want to make you the punchline. And I can see where your Ice Cube is becoming the punchline for a very cruel joke that the white supremacists want to play on your Ice Cube, who thinks that something positive is going to come out of this meeting between himself and Joe Biden as they discuss his contract with Black America. Now, this whole meeting is something that I would see as nothing happening because all we have to do is look at that recording of that meeting between your Joe Biden and these civil rights leaders to see the outcome of this whole situation. Unfortunately, most black people, they have this low self-esteem, and because they are looking for white social acceptance, many are hoping, wishing, and praying that something will come out of this meeting between Ice Cube and Joe Biden that will benefit them. But what they don't see is that Ice Cube is just being set up to be the whole punchline of a cruel joke and a slam dunk statement as related to black people getting tangibles. Because if these same people who were civil rights leaders and civil rights activists couldn't get Joe Biden to give them something as related to tangibles, then what chance does Ice Cube have? Moreover, all we have to do is look at all of the executive orders being passed as related to members of the alphabet community and those related to illegal immigrants, and we can see the outcome of this meeting. Unfortunately, many of your black Americans who went to vote for Joe Biden in the hopes, wishes, and prayers that something would be done to benefit their issues without presenting a black agenda, they are holding out hope that this meeting between Ice Cube will lead to something beneficial to them. And when I look at them again as a former guy who was bullied by guys and set up by guys and made the punchline of this cruel joke, I can't think but about that old movie Carrie from 1976 and the scenes where the mother was desperately pleading with Carrie not to go to that prom. Because this meeting with Ice Cube really isn't really about that contract with Black America. It is about white acceptance and what most Black Americans are hoping if their covert contract is that your Ice Cube meeting with Joe Biden means that there will be some sort of social acceptance for them in a Biden presidency. And what they're thinking is that this meeting will be the thing that leads to them getting something positive and beneficial. But what's going to happen is, again, they are being set up for a cruel joke, and they're not seeing the cruel joke the same way Carrie didn't see how she was being set up but for this cruel joke, being having her head gassed up to believe these people liked her, these people accepted her, and they were going to let her be the queen of the prom to show how much they loved her. No, when they brought her to the prom, they brought her there as an expression of their contempt. They passively allowed her in so that they could aggressively attack her in the most cruel fashion. And what happened was that's when they poured the pig's blood on your Carrie, and your Carrie couldn't see the big picture because your Carrie wasn't a critical thinker. And because your Carrie wasn't a critical thinker, like many black people are, as related to your Joe Biden, they can't see the setup for the cruelest of cruel jokes being played on them by Joker Joe. Now, again, the reason why I use the Joker as the representation of Joe Biden is because most Americans can't see the joke played on them, and they can't see how this joke is detrimental to them. And again, when the Joker plays his jokes on people, oftentimes they can't see the joke is on them, and they can't see how the joke is meant to harm them. Because when the Joker makes his setups for his punchlines, usually he sets up these unsuspecting, gullible people who are so caught up in their feelings and their greed or their obsession with accept some sort of social thing that they want, that they cannot see that they are the straight man who is being set up for the punchline, and they cannot see that they're the butt of a cruel joke where they become one of the Joker's victims. And when I look at this meeting between your Joe Biden and Ice Cube, I see where Ice Cube is going to be set up to be that victim of that punchline, where he's going to be humiliated in the most ignominious fashion. And what's going to happen to him is he's going to be set up in a way where he practically loses his dignity in this situation. Because again, if the leaders as related to the so-called black community could not get any assurances for anything tangible from your Joe Biden, and if he did not sign any executive orders as related to black people, what makes you think that your Joe Biden would go out here and honor anything in the terms of the contract with Black America? If he expressed contempt for our so-called leaders and representatives, what is he going to express to your Ice Cube to discuss this contract with Black America? That's the critical question I want to ask most of these spellbound black people, but most of these spellbound black people are going to be so caught up in their feelings about your Joker Joe that they can't see that the Joker is getting ready to play a cruel joke, and he's about to go and give your Ice Cube a big shot of his Smilex gas, and as he's being passing away socially from this Smilex gas, what's going to happen is Joker Joe is going to get the last laugh, because after he emasculates Ice Cube, what's going to happen is he's going to get the last laugh, because the message that your Joker Joe wants to send is that he is the leader, he is the authority, and he can go out here and buck break this black man, and he can go out here and he's going to do it in a way that shatters this black male and humiliates him and sends a message to the black community as related to getting so-called tangibles. But your black males and your black females, they are so caught up in this quest for social acceptance, they can't see the bigger picture as related to Joker Joe, and they can't see themselves being set up for the punchline of a cruel joke where they are going to be made the laughing stocks of civilization. And sadly, most black people, they are so caught up in their feelings about Ice Cube, they're sitting there talking about, let's see what happens. But all you have to do is know how bullies work and know how hustlers work, and you could see these chess moves coming 5 miles away. And the prudent man who sees this kind of setup, he steps away because he knows that he's not going to be he doesn't want to be the punchline of a joke. But sadly, most black folks have low self-esteem, and when you have low self-esteem, you walk into this joke and you wind up becoming the punchline of a joke where everybody gets a laugh at your expense. Now, if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my SJS Direct publications, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the John Haynes series, or the Spinsterella trilogy, you can find all of those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find many on Smashwords, the iBookstore, Barnes & Noble, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Coming to paperback and e-readers this April, ISIS, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door must take on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess in paperback and e-readers this April.